So you want to get smart fast about something that actually matters. That's what we do here.
Mm-hmm.
Today, we're looking at strength, but maybe, well, not in the way you usually think about it. Forget the flexing, the tough exterior.
Yeah, we've got this really interesting statement someone sent in. Strength is not needing to prove strength. And we're using this tool, the source calls it a psychedelic thought architect.
Right, sounds wild, but think of it as just a way to stretch our thinking, really dig deep.
Exactly. It helps us kind of unpack the layers. So
Mhm.
our mission today is to explore your statement that strength is not needing to prove strength and see what insights shake out.
Okay, let's do it. First things first, then. Let's dissolve the default image, strength that's just force or dominance or never showing fear.
Right. Get rid of that old picture.
Yeah.
The source suggests the alternative is something more like peace within.
Peace within. So less about the outward show, more about internal solidity.
Precisely. It's about what's going on inside, not the performance outside.
Okay, that makes sense. Which leads us right to the core idea here. Strength is not needing to prove strength.
Hmm. And that really changes the archetype, doesn't it? The strong person isn't the constant warrior anymore.
No, more like an aware witness, someone who can see clearly without, needing to jump in and control everything.
Or a sovereign self, someone self-contained, self-reliant, who doesn't need external validation.
So how does this play out? The source mentions some interesting flips, like with bravery.
Yeah, this is fascinating. Instead of the usual, gotta be tough, gotta push through, it shifts to something like, I can allow myself to be soft, to be vulnerable, and still choose how to act.
Allowing softness. Why is that brave? Seems counterintuitive.
Well, because we're often taught softness is weak,
Mhm.
right? So allowing it, acknowledging feelings like fear or sadness, but not being controlled by them.
Yeah.
That's the brave choice.
Ah, okay. So power isn't pretending you're fearless. It's
Mhm.
more about embracing vulnerability, knowing fear is there, but acting anyway.
Exactly. Not being ruled by the fear. Showing up authentically, that takes real guts.
And there's a Zen kind of vibe here too, isn't there? Strength and release, not constant resistance.
Definitely. Like the reed bending in the wind while the rigid oak snaps. Sometimes yielding, letting go is the most powerful move. It conserves energy, maintains integrity.
It's like that quantum physics idea the source mentions, maybe the act of constantly trying to measure or prove your strength somehow obscures it.
Sort of, yeah. Like trying too hard makes the real thing harder to grasp. It's an interesting parallel.
Now, this whole concept, it feels familiar. It echoes things we see in other places, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. This isn't totally out of the blue. Think about Lao Tzu and the Tao Te Ching, the soft overcomes the hard,
Yeah.
water wearing down rock.
Right. Or the Stoics, their idea of courage being about accepting what you can't control, finding strength in that acceptance.
Yes. And even in modern contexts like trauma recovery, you don't build strength by just gritting your teeth. You build it by first finding safety, allowing vulnerability within that safety.
And leadership, too. The best leaders often create strength in others by empowering them, creating space, not through sheer dominance.
It's what the source calls mature strength. It's about presence, awareness,
Yeah.
not just knee-jerk reactions.
So if we boil it down, the real takeaway is strength isn't about being bulletproof. It's about making peace with the fact that you aren't, making peace with vulnerability.
Exactly. It's that shift from feeling compelled, like I have to prove myself, to acting from freedom where you realize I get to choose.
Choosing from a place of security, not insecurity. And there's strength even in rest, right? Knowing your value isn't just in doing. That bravery of being whole idea.
That's beautifully put, the bravery of being whole.
The source uses some powerful images, too.
It does. Like the strongest tree is the one that bends. The deepest warrior knows when to put the sword down.
And maybe the bravest heart understands that choosing not to engage in a pointless battle can be the fiercest strength of all.
Mm-hmm. Powerful stuff.
So wrapping this up, this deep dive shows a real shift, doesn't it? Moving from strength as outward performance to strength as, well, inner peace and self-acceptance.
Yeah. It's a fundamental reframe. And maybe here's something for you, the listener, to chew on.
Yeah.
How could this understanding of strength, this inner okayness, this release from needing to prove, change how you face your own challenges?
What does that kind of strength look like, feel like in your life right now? Something to think about.